guys, welcome to Young and Unscripted.
Wait, the thing is
Oh yeah! Hey guys!
Welcome to the pilot. Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to the pilot episode of Young and Unscripted.
I'm Naomi, I'm an actress, and I recently moved to London at the start of this year. I met these lovely people.
Hi guys, I'm Sienna. I'm an actress and model from London, and yeah, I met these lovely girls in January of this year.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm Tanya. I moved here from Germany at the beginning of this year for acting. We met at acting school.
We wanted to start a podcast because we just felt like, I don't know, we just wanted to share our experiences being like, you know, young actresses.
Young and
just-
unscripted.
Exactly.
By no means are we pros. Like, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
So we're struggling as well, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we wanted to just share our experiences,
Yeah,
really.
and like
So-
document our moments and hopefully our wins. Hopefully there'll be some wins on this podcast.
There
So
will be,
definitely
yeah.
showing you the whole journey, not just the highlights, but the knockbacks as well.
Yeah.
This industry is so hard.
It is hard.
Really is. And you have to enjoy the journey
Mhm.
of it as well.
Yeah.
Especially with acting, with all the rejection and everything that comes
Mhm.
with
Oh,
it.
it's like no, like so many no's.
So yeah. From famous actors, you're like, if you really want it, then go for it. Like,
Yeah.
only go for it if you really, really, really want it.
Like if you have
Don't
to,
wanna do anything
if you
else.
can't do anything
Yeah.
else, yeah.
like,
I think if you give yourself a backup option, you're giving yourself a reason to fail.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's something
Yeah.
I've really learned this year. I think when I was at school, I always had a backup option because I was always scared of failing. So obviously acting is one of those things where everyone says to you, everyone wants to be an actress.
Yeah.
Like, why are you going to be the one that makes it? So I
Yeah.
just gave myself a backup option, but I feel like this year is the first time that I fully put myself into the industry, and I
Yeah.
feel like we've all seen results this year, but only
Yeah.
because we fully immersed ourselves within the industry. Whereas before, having those backup options, it's so hard to balance everything. You can't do it.
You have
Exactly.
to. You have to just have one.
If you have a backup option, you're like, okay, if I'm gonna
Half.
fail, I'm gonna do it. But if you fail, try again. You know,
Yes,
do it
yeah.
again and again until you don't fail. Like, you're gonna
Yeah.
fail either way. If you're gonna do your backup option, you're gonna fail there anyways.
If you're doing a backup, I feel like you're just half in it.
Yeah.
And like we're not obviously gonna like can be a struggle. Like putting all of your things in like one basket, but you have to do it. Like and it will pay off. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
If anybody has whatever like your dream is, you just have to like
Put in the work.
Yeah,
Put
put in the work.
It should be
Just
there.
trust.
eventually
Time.
something has to stick
100%.
eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something will happen.
Yeah.
If you give your best, something will happen. If you
Yeah.
truly give 100%, it will be a good outcome.
And that's a
For
fact.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I swear.
Should we talk about how we met?
Yeah.
Yes.
So as we said, we started drama school in January, and that's where we met, and we've been besties ever since.
It was. We clicked pretty fast.
Yeah, really
We did. From the first
fast.
session, I was like,
That's
yes.
I want to be friends with you.
Yes.
Like, I just
True.
We met at the induction.
Yeah, we met at
We went to the
induction.
wrong induction.
Yeah.
And then
And I
we met
saw
there.
Sienna from the far. I was like, wait, I think she is the same struggle as me. Like, she was
Yeah.
like, is this the
I mean,
This is over.
But-
yeah, and I saw her from the far, and I went to her, and I was like, yeah, are you
The
in the same
confused
class? And then we met, and then I saw you in the class, and I was like, I know you.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I don't know, we just
I think on the first day, we just
Yeah.
started chatting.
Yeah.
and then the first day I saw you and I was like, I'm gonna be close with them.
I feel
Yeah.
like we could just feel the energy as well.
Exactly, like
it was
everyone's
just-
so nice, and we've always
Yeah.
said we've been so lucky with our class. Like all of our class, we're all so close.
Because I know drama school, it can be very like competitive.
Yes.
Obviously, it is a like very hard industry. But like to just have such lovely people you can just like chat to and like
Yeah.
because in drama class you have to do some embarrassing, crazy things. Like there's a lot of shouting, crawling,
Yes.
like everything.
Yes.
So like to just be with
To be so comfortable in the class is amazing.
yeah, for sure.
Everyone's so supportive.
Yeah.
Like a family there.
Yes.
After our class.
You know who you are. You know who you are.
But yeah, no, we've definitely been
You
so
should be
lucky. And
Ooh.
yeah, I guess that's how we met. Should we talk about what we're going to actually discuss on this podcast and what it's
Yeah.
going to be? I mean, obviously with the name Unscripted and the fact that we're all actresses, acting is going to be a massive part of it because it is just our life at the moment. We really live and breathe acting.
We do.
We really do. But obviously
it's not just going to be acting.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like,
I feel like acting is so much more than just acting. Like, it's literally life and people and human,
in general.
Personalities, you know?
Yeah.
So
that's what we want to talk about as well, really. Just like live people, problems, like
advice,
definitely. Maybe.
Yes, we will get different segments.
Yeah. If you have any questions, obviously
send them
to Q&As, of course.
Yeah. So I just feel like things like that. It's going to be a whole variety. I think we didn't really want to stick with having one specific section, one route. We didn't want to have.
I feel like it's too limiting because we just want to be able to talk
For
about like anything, really.
Yeah, and I feel like so many people will say to you, so many people will say to you, like, you have to have your niche, you have to have your target audience. But I think for us, because we're just going through life and we're still like figuring everything out.
As I'm sure like most of you guys are as well. Like,
I feel like we just wanted to share all of the bits of our lives with you, and I think that really ties in nicely with the unscripted part of the podcast, because it's not a specific script, it's not like all condensed down. We are really going to go everywhere.
Like, we're not afraid to be like, we don't know, like we don't know
Yeah.
what's going on,
Girl talk, who knows? Everything.
So I think actually for today's episode we have a few questions already that some people have sent in, which is lovely. So I think let's just get started on that. So our first one, I think, how to put yourself out there. Do you think? Yeah, I feel that's like a really nice question to start off with.
That is a good one. You know what, I feel like you go first.
Yeah, I feel like the most important thing is you have to put this fear away of people judging you. Like, stop thinking about what would they think. If you met like high school friends, especially, like, you know, you're like, I'm gonna post this, oh my god, my high school friends are gonna see this, what they're gonna think, like, I'm weird, like cringe or whatever. Like, just put it out there, and you putting it out there is brave enough. Putting this fear away of people judging you. Just putting yourself out there, just putting everything you feel like you've been creating, you've been creative with, just putting it out there.
Well, I feel like it's really important what you said about like people are like they might hate, and that's okay. I think being strong, as like what Panya was saying, is really, really important, because I actually remember a little story time. Do you remember when it was the BOGO from Casting? You know, I had to bring up this story. I love this story.
I love it.
But it was BOGO from Casting, so I texted my friend and I was like, we've got to go and film this. And she was like, yeah, cool, like, let's go to the park. So we went to the park, got my outfit, and I just did the video. Have you not seen it?
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Okay,
We'll share it to the page.
We'll share it to the page. Just go on like the Instagram or like to the TikTok.
I need to see that.
I'll show you. This was long before I met you guys. This was a different life. A different life. So yeah, I posted this video, and obviously on TikTok all my friends follow me, right? All the people from my school.
Yeah.
So the next day, because I think I posted on like the Sunday or something, and then I went back into school, and you know when everyone's just looking at you, but you can feel it, and it's not like a positive thing, like it's not like, oh, it's your birthday and everyone's like, oh, like happy birthday. It wasn't that sort of vibe. It was everyone was looking at me, and I felt so embarrassed. And I remember one specific person, I locked eyes with them and they just bursted out laughing, and this person, like, I wasn't like really close with them, they weren't one of my close friends, and obviously like my close friends were saying like, yes Sienna, you go, like you post that, but there were just like other people who just were not reciprocating the same energy, and I think I really learned from that, because I think before anything I had posted, it always got received really well, and I've always had such supportive friends, and I'm so grateful for that. But I think like the outside noise became so prevalent there, and when I was seeing other people's reactions to it, and like one of my friends was like, this got sent to me 10 times, and I was like, why did this get sent to you 10 times? Like, this isn't a positive reason why it's getting sent to you 10 times. Like, people were doing it to have a reaction out of you because they think that what I've done is embarrassing or whatever. So I think, even though that's a bit of a long story time, the moral of the story is, yeah, people are going to judge you, but you have to be brave enough and strong. Thank you. You have to be. You have to be strong enough to. You have to be strong enough to be like go above that, and just know that what you did is good enough. And if they don't like it, they don't like it. But you're putting yourself out there, and that's amazing. It's great.
Yeah, I actually have like, you know, no, that's funny. I feel like I'm still learning to put myself out there. Like, I feel like with certain things I cannot care, but I think the world we're in right now, it can be very hard. So like I get the struggle, but what I'm trying to like teach myself is like, at the end of the day, like why are people, like why are they saying that? Like why are they hating? Because even sometimes you can catch yourself, like if you ever catch yourself like, not hating, I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater.
Disclaimer,
but like, you know, people, no, don't catch me. No, but like, you know what I mean? People always want to like, this is like, I see like, as soon as someone's at the top, oh, she's overrated, she's this, because people want to like bring you down, but it's like, oh, why not? Like, also, what's the worst that can happen? But like, I do get the struggle. Like, it's hard, but we're all working on it, and like, at the end of the day, no one cares that much. Like, so yeah.
I think for you guys, I have a question, because obviously you both moved to pursue acting. Obviously this question, what was the question again? How to put yourself out there. So that's not necessarily specifically about acting, but I guess in like the grand scheme of things, what made you put yourself out there and move to London? What made you be like, you know what, I didn't care about anyone else moving. I'm really interested.
For me, it was actually, I wanted to get out of Germany since I'm like, you know, I always wanted to get out of Germany. I wanted to go to LA. That was actually my plan. That was the actual, like, I wasn't meant to, like, I wasn't planning to be here, which I'm really happy that I am, though. Obviously, it was fantastic.
For a reason.
But doing acting is, like, something I wanted to do since I'm, like, 5 years old or something. Like, I always knew I'm gonna do it, but I didn't know how. I had no idea how I'm gonna do it. And then I started, like, graduate high school. I was like, why am I still, like, not doing acting? Why am I still in Germany? 2 years after graduating high school, I just traveled and started studying computer science. And I'm like,
ooh, why did you make that?
You didn't know?
A girl instead, a woman instead.
You know?
Guys, I would have never knew.
Yeah, I like computer and stuff, but like I thought it's gonna be more interesting, but it was like only maths and like theory. Like it was honestly the worst. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm gonna go to London. So I did my 6 weeks in London for one time. That was the first time I came to London. It was last year this time. And to see like for how I like acting classes, took some acting classes to see how I like it. I loved London. I loved it. Everybody was so opening, and I don't know, it was different in Germany. The vibe was so different. So I was like, I meant to do this. I'm gonna do this. I looked at acting schools. I looked up everything, did my research, found I was like, I'm doing LA, and then I found the drama school I'm gonna go to, and obviously my parents were at first like very like, are you sure you want to do this? You're gonna be alone. Like my dad, like he like I had to really like show that I'm able to do this. So I was scared. I was really really scared. Even like before I moved, like first I wanted to go to LA, but I was too scared to go to LA like directly.
That's why big.
Yeah, that's why I chose to come to London first.
It's like a middle ground.
So I was like, I'm gonna do London first, and then after London, we'll see how it goes. So I was so scared, literally, but now I'm like the happiest I've ever been. Honestly. Yeah, I swear, I feel like I've never been happier. Like doing what I literally love.
Every day.
I'm so grateful. Like every day waking up in London, like I love it.
I feel the same way. Like I'm from a place, well, Bristol. I always feel like you know I'm from a place, you might know it. I was working full time, and I was like, I know I want to do acting, but there's not really many acting opportunities in Bristol. Like there are some, but it's not a wide industry. Like I always knew I wanted to come to London, and I had like family in London. And then I was like, they actually made me the manager because I don't know, they were just trying to like, I don't know, you know, what am I saying? Like I was basically the manager, and it was just too much. I was working all the time, and I was like, I'm so stressed. Like I know, you know, sometimes you have to get to that point where I was like, this is actually not a bad thing, like I can't do this anymore and this is good, like I need to just stop.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I was like, I need to like, because I was like, oh, doing acting things here and there, but I was like, why don't I just commit and why don't I just make the move? So I sent in my notice, I said, I'm leaving.
Yes, you should.
And I just left, and I was like, it was the craziest thing. So I have family in London, right? And someone had told me about this school, the mysterious school that we go to. And I was like, okay, and it was always in the back of my mind, but it came to my mind, and I was like, wait, I wonder, like maybe I'll go there, because it's like, I just thought it would be good. I searched it up, it's exactly where my family lives. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
This is meant to be, because I literally had like, I was like, I'm so done. Like, I feel so tired doing the same thing every day. I was like, I want to do this. And same thing as me, I wake up every day grateful to be here. Like, every day I'm like, I'm in London, I'm in the place I want to be. I get to meet people. Like, and I was like, the fact that it was so, like, I was like, there's no way, like, this was a sign. It was insane. And like, I remember on the induction day, like, there was just such this positive vibe. Like, I felt like, you know when you just feel electric. Like, I even went in somewhere, they were like, the woman was like, have this for free. I was like, this is crazy. Like, and so then, like, even obviously sometimes, like, life gets in the way and you can forget. Like, you get used to things very quickly. Like, I'm like, oh, like, tell me why. I'm like, oh, can I be bothered to, like, go to class today? Obviously, I can be bothered. But then I'm like, no, like, I wanted to be here so badly. Like, I dreamed of pursuing my dreams. And, like, now I'm here and I honestly think about it every day.
Amazing, like, that both of you have done that. I think moving somewhere is such a big commitment. And you both followed your dreams and you're like, I don't care what anybody else is saying or what anybody else thinks. Like, I think just having the guts and backing yourself 100%, like what you were saying about your dad, like you proved your dad and you backing yourself.
Like even, my parents were like, oh, you sure, like, you know, London's very expensive, like, are you going to be here in a big city? It's like,
but even you saying, like, you were in your manager era, you were like,
no,
you were
guys, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, please, no, just come back for me.
You know what I mean? Like, some people be like, okay, I've got to this level, I'm happy and I'm like fine here, but you were like, no, this isn't enough for me. Never enough.
No, like, honestly, and sometimes you have to, because sometimes you're like, oh, okay, I'll do it. Like, I still want to do that, but you're like, actually, why can't I just do it now?
Yeah.
Like, everything is possible. You can find a way. Like, I believe it. Like, and
feel
then
like,
weirdly, it all works out once you like
for sure
put your mind to it.
I feel like it also really is important to have people who will, like, encourage you to do something.
Yes. Definitely.
Like, if you have people around who are gonna be negative about it and are gonna say like, it's impossible and those kind of things, you gotta get that in your head and you gotta think about it and it's gonna put you down. And like, I feel like now that I'm in London, there are like so many people who are believing in each other and supporting each other. Our class, like, everybody's supportive.
Literally.
And having people who are doing the same thing as you is like encouraging each day to like keep going instead of like, when I was in Germany, like nobody obviously had big dreams, like big visions. Everybody is like, okay, I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna do this, like order, control everything. Like, you know, that's not gonna bring big stuff, you know. And I feel like having people with big dreams and big visions is like so encouraging.
I think I was saying that to you one time, how like being around all of you guys and we're all like no, it's possible, like you can all do it, and like we all want to do, like, look, we're here, we're starting a podcast. Like, to be around like-minded people, like definitely once you find your people, like it makes you feel like, oh, you can do anything.
This is
rather than people who are hating on the
Vogue video.
One day you'll see.
Yes.
I mean, okay, I think we have time for maybe one more question because I'm loving this. Like, I can't wait.
I feel like I'm even learning stuff about
you.
you.
I don't know why this might.
Women in STEM,
What? Women in STEM. I love it.
Computer science.
She's so multi-talented.
I was studying computer science and I was like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing with my life? I want to be an actress.
Like, this is not me.
This is not me.
Okay. So our final question today will be, what encouraged us to start a podcast? And obviously we spoke briefly about it, but I think going into more depth, like, why for you did you want to start a podcast? Was it like, why didn't we just make a TikTok? Why didn't we just make a YouTube? Obviously this will be on YouTube, so make sure you stay tuned. But why not just like vlogs? Why a podcast? Why this platform?
I really love listening to podcasts. I think it's like when I'm like getting ready or something, like I'll put it on. And like I feel like these days, you know, content is so quick, which like I like sometimes, but you know, you can just be scrolling, you see so many different things, but to like actually just listen to a conversation and like you kind of feel like you're part of it. So I just wanted like a longer form content where we could just like chat and like
I agree. Like I think in this generation we're very on like a TikTok time span
where it's like
time for it's quick 15-second videos, which is obviously fine, that's great, but I think having something that's longer it's nice. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like we're always up. We're always doing something, especially as actors. Like, we're always going around. I think it's so nice to have a space where we can just be grounded, sit, and actually just have a conversation. I feel like I was even talking to you the other day when we were actually talking about booking flights to LA. We're like, we don't have time to sit down and actually go through this.
It took me a while to book my flights.
Yeah, it was just like...
Yeah, because we're always up and about and doing something. So I think having this time to actually be together, and also obviously we do see each other outside of drama school, but a lot of the time our weeks are so busy that it's just like we see each other at drama school and then we'll text and stuff, but we don't actually see each other out of that. So I think having this space to sit, talk, catch up, give advice, share advice, because if you guys have advice, please send it our way as well. But I think just having this form, and I think also obviously the podcast game has been around for a while, but I feel like it's really up and coming at the moment, and I think it's something that I'm yet to try, and I feel like we're all kind of in the mindset of wanting to try new things. I've never tried a podcast before. I did YouTube when I was younger. TikTok, I feel like I feel like TikTok, post a bit on there. Instagram, obviously I feel like Instagram's very much our brand almost, like ourselves as actors, ourselves as models. That's what Instagram's for. So I feel like podcast is really just a space for us to be ourselves and just have conversations for you guys to find out who are we, who is Panya, who is Sienna, who is Naomi behind the lens, and unscripted behind all of that script and everything that we learn in acting. So that's it for me.
I feel like it's also, we're showing like not to be scared to try out something new, because we never done a podcast ever. And we're literally publishing it like right now to see the whole world.
We came into the room, we were like, how do we
how do we do anything?
We are struggling too, like we're struggling, and if you have like, I feel like it's also sharing the experience, and I feel like we are struggling at first, and it's you are gonna struggle anyway, like
of course,
the first days of anything you do, you will struggle. So if you're gonna stop just because you're struggling, you will not get anywhere. You know, I think this is just something to try out something new, to show like everyone that don't be scared to try out something new. Like we're literally the proof that it's possible. Like just do it. Like literally just do it. Don't just like talk about it. Just do the action.
Well, I remember, I feel like everyone's so guilty of doing that and just talking about things. We're like, I want to do that, I want to do that.
I'm literally
same. We have a whole summer bucket list. Have we done one single thing? No. We'll get round to it.
I feel like I'm proud that we're here.
I'm so proud. Honestly, I'm really like enjoying it.
I'm so excited. And I remember it was when we were at Nando's and we were talking about it and we were thinking of names. Shout out Nando's. And we were thinking about it, and then we were just like, you know what, let's book it. Like we're putting this in the diary.
We're actually doing it.
And we're here. And I
think just like a couple weeks ago as well.
It was very in the moment, very spontaneous.
Yeah, so it's just a message to just go for it. Just do it. Like, don't even think about it anymore. Like, if you plan something, then go for it. I feel like this is just also sharing our life experience. And just advice and what we want to tell other people.
So I feel like along the way you learn a lot of different lessons about like yourself and life and just like people. Do you know what I mean?
For sure. So much. And you just have to have fun with it.
Literally.
Like, honestly, if you're gonna have fun with it, if you're gonna have like joy, like it's just gonna be so much better. Like you're just gonna be so much happier if you just have fun.
Never take life too seriously.
Never,
like honestly. This is the most important thing. Just have fun with it. Like
we're living
why
now.
not?
Life's too
you
short.
know, just have fun being alive. Like honestly, I feel like that's key.
I feel like a lot of people actually forget that because it's so serious. Like, oh, obviously we all have goals and like some things are serious, but it's like also just have fun and like make friends.
Yes. So guys, that's brought us to the end of our questions for this week's segment. Thank you so much for joining us on the pilot episode of Young and Unscripted, and we can't wait to see you next week. Woo! And cats!
Like, it was so nice to hear
Guys!
No.
Guys. Wait. This is Young and Unscripted.